Okay, let's try that. Do we have chat? Sorry, everybody, I don't know what's going on. I'm not really good with Streamlabs yet. I thought doing a schedule, click on it to go, would bring up exactly what I'm looking at now so I can see myself and know I'm in frame and all that stuff. And all I was looking at was the chat on the right hand side of my laptop and the calendar that still had all my stuff on it. Well, I don't want to see a calendar, I want to see me. So that's stupid. And I went through every little thing on the side that I could find. None of it made me back to this. So, I don't know. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Deborah. Let's just carry on. I don't think I'm going to do any more scheduling because that's stupid. Although, for the Streamlabs experts, tell me what the heck to do, okay? Anyway, I'm making more coasters. On the 11th, when I was on John's live, he's got Guys Craft 2, he uses StreamYard, and I was a guest, and that was fine for the live, but the replay for my part didn't work great, and I have had issues with StreamYard before, so I was kind of not surprised. And that time I made red truck coasters, and I wanted to make 2 more for family members, so there was that. And then my friend that I made that big block quilt for, I just showed you guys, I put the toasted pecan Kona binding on it and gave it to her. She's doing a thing with her work where they're adopting seniors, and I made her coasters last year and she thought they were really cute, so she asked me if I could make some more because they have 8 people that her office is looking after, and they thought they would do like a mug and some tea or something and, you know, make up a little thing. And she asked me if I would make some more coasters, so that's kind of what I was doing. I thought, well, I'll make these 2 and I'll just make more. So this is one of them that I'm going to make, because they wanted like some masculine ones. Oh, sorry, the deers, actually the deers are all over the place. I thought they were upside down. They kind of go everywhere. Hi, KD. Hi, Lynn, Bylas. Oh, she had trouble the first time. Had to go out and come back in. Yeah, Lynn, that was me. I'm not quite good with Streamlabs yet. I tried to do a scheduled one, and it didn't show anything for me. Like I can see myself right now on my camera. It's got some stuff down below showing how that my mic output's good and all that techie stuff, right? But when I did it before with the scheduled live, all it showed was the calendar, and I mean, maybe you guys could see me. I don't know. I'm assuming the camera was working, but I couldn't see myself, and I didn't know what I was showing you. Like, I couldn't tell what I was showing you. I guess I could just wing it and hope for the best, but I'd like to see what I'm putting out there. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think I might just have to stick with the same schedule of lives, but not actually schedule it in the calendar, so I can see what the heck's going on. Anyway, so I've got a bunch that I kind of sort of press some and then I sew some, and first of all, I went through them all and I decided what I was going to do the quilting lines with. I just did an X through it. It's kind of hard to see. I don't have a better one you can see, maybe. Well, you can see it on the back. How's that? Right? This is cream. I used cream or green or red or whatever. So I did them I did all these quilting lines, an X across for all of them. And then I went back and sorted, okay, well, these ones are going to get folded over and sewn down with red. These ones are going to get folded over, sewn down with green, etc., etc. So that's what I'm doing now. So at the beginning, this square is 5 inches, and so is the batting, and this square is 8, the big square. So fold yourself down an edge. Go just about to the edge. Leave yourself a little bit of extra. Don't make it super tight. and then fold it over again, whoops, and sew them down. And I sew them not exactly right from the edge, but slightly in, and then sew it all down to the other edge. And same for this one, because then you have two sewn down edges that are not flapping around, and you can finagle the mitering for the other part of it. It does take a bit of pressing and jiggling it into position to get it to look right, but it works out pretty good. Yes, Deb, fast and easy, exactly. Oh, Lynn says she could see and hear me, but the internet was buffering. Okay, well, thank you for that, Lynn. I'm glad you guys could still see me, which I kind of thought. I mean, the camera wasn't messed up. I just don't like not being able to see what you were seeing. Like, you know what I mean? I guess it doesn't really matter because I don't jiggle the laptop around. I just sit here and I sew and I do whatever. And I don't know. I don't know how to solve this. I really don't. I tried every little possible jiggly thing on the side of my dashboard here that I can do stuff with, and nothing. It was the calendar sitting there, and I couldn't see myself at all. So, I have to press a little bit, so I'm going up there. I kind of like to have a few of them sort of semi-ready, and then I sew a bunch, and then, you know what I mean? One's ready to go there. This one does not want to stay flat. Come on. This fabric's wonky. Here, I'm going to show you guys with the red because it might show up better. Way. There. Okay. Hello, Mozilla. So for this one that I have to sew, I just have the parts that I haven't sewn clipped. And here, I'll try to zoom in close on this miter. Scoot the clip over a little bit. Can you guys see that? It's pretty good. Sometimes when you fold over, and I'll try to show you guys this as I'm making them, you have to sort of jiggle the miter into position, kind of. Sometimes I fold it over more, and sometimes I fold it over less, just to make it look decent. Like, you don't want your miter like way out here, or too short. It's kind of a juggling sort of thing, but if you do a bunch of them, you kind of get in a groove and get used to it. Now this one is not great, so I got to refold that one. And when I'm over here at my machine, I sort of just hold it down with my finger, and I take my stiletto, and as I start sewing, I hold it with the stiletto, because I've got my walking foot on the machine, to make sure, because there's a bit of bulk here, right? So you don't want it messing up. I usually do binding with my walking foot. It just makes my life easier and I swear less. So That's what I'm doing, but as soon as you let go, it's going to go bleh again, right? So hence, hold it tight with your finger, do the stiletto, hold it with a stiletto, and get it in position under machine and go for it. And I do a little bit of back stitch just off the edge of the miter, and then come onto the miter and sew all the way down, and then go just a little bit off the miter from where to where I already sewed, and then a little bit of back stitch. Make sense? If you guys do this, tweak it how you need to. They're not that hard. Maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. But this works for me, so I'm just telling you. Maybe there's an easier way and I don't know. But this happens to work. So just give me a second here. And I'm going to... Sometimes I hand feed too, which I'm doing right now. There we go. Okay, now. I also don't have my machine on very fast. And just sew right along the edge. And now this one's come off a touch, so we'll jiggle that back into position. There we go. This is a good time now if you have lots of decorative stitches on your machine that you could run a decorative stitch around the edge. I'm just doing a straight stitch. I'm about an eighth, just along the edge. Good morning, Laura. Thanks for coming in. Come on. There we go. Okay. Okay, case in point. That miter is not totally perfect. Nobody's going to notice. It's fine. That one looks good there. Let's just finish up this, because this is my last green one and I gotta change thread, so I'll stop in a second, chat for a minute. And I gotta do some red ones. Okay, where are we here? Perfect, okay. Down. Go. Off to the races. Come on. There. Okay. If you have the farther away miter slip a little, start off your stitches and leave your needle down, and then you can kind of jiggle the other one into position a bit better. Which I just had to do that. That's why I was fiddling. Okay, a little bit of back. There. Now, in the future, I want to try another idea because I think a lot of you know Joe, our friend Joe, mutual friend, Vintage Style by Joe. She was making coasters, and she had a fussy cut piece of fabric that, you know, whatever you like, and then she put a border around it. I think it was like an inch and a half or something. I don't know. You could probably do whatever you wanted. And then she just did with some batting, and then you know how you put the right sides together, sew all around, leave an edge, and flip it all out. That's how she did it. Like, that looks cute too, because it looks like you have binding because of the border, but you don't really have binding. Oh, that's an idea. I've done mug rugs like that before, so. There we go. Done. Now, let's have some coffee, and then I'll change to threads. Because I want red for that one. Maybe I should go cream next, and I'll do 2 cream ones. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay. I'm not really showing you my mug closely because the bottom part of it is rude. It says, I do not spew profanity. I enunciate it clearly. Enunciate them clearly like... Oh, and I showed it. Sorry. After all that. Anyway, the last word is lady, and there's an adjective describing that. Okay, so... these ones I'm going to sew on with cream to press a bit more, but let's just change the machine here so we have cream thread instead of green. Again, you don't have to use matching thread. Whatever you want. Especially if you're going to do a decorative stitch, it would look kind of cool with a different thread. If anybody does it, I'd love to see it. I just don't have that many fancy stitches on my machine. I could do blanket stitch, I guess. That would probably look cute. Especially if your subject matter was rustic, like the deer. Blanket stitch around the edge. That'd be cute. Okay, where's my cream? No, this one. Use up the old skein first. And I need a little endy thing. Oh, it's getting windy again. We're supposedly getting another storm tonight. Well, I know that parts of Vancouver Island were in rough shape from that bomb cyclone. And parts of Vancouver too, but there was nothing here. It was slightly windy. There was a little bit of rain around 10:30 on Tuesday night when I went to bed. Nada. I live just enough inland, I think, sometimes, because, you know, on the news, the weather goes on, oh, this is blah, 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 gonna happen, and I'm like, yeah, right, I'll believe when I see it. Oh, hello, Allison, and hello, Charlotte. Sorry about before, that was my bad, I was having issues. I dislike learning new platforms. When I was doing the testing of my 2 lives previous, just to make sure this was good, I thought the replay came out pretty well. There was a couple spots where the audio and video didn't quite sync up, but it was minor. So I think it's pretty good. Okay, loaded with cream. On to more pressing. red and bright red. And then a bunch of green. Okay. Okay. I'm going to sew down the two sides on this one. And this one. Turned it too slow now by mistake. And there we go. And the back stitch. Yep, that's too slow. There we go. I'm gonna turn the laptop in just a sec. Sorry, you guys can't really see me here, can you? I need a better system for this. I got nowhere to put the laptop to give you guys any kind of good view. My friend requested 8 coasters. I'm actually making a few more, just to be sure. Because some of them are more masculine, like that deer one. I just want the people that are donating to decide for themselves what's what and who they want to give to what. So that's why I'm giving her extra. There. Okay, that one needs corner pressing. If you were making a set of these, like all the same colors, you could totally just assembly line them and just sew. No problem. I do appreciate you popping in. Oh, and thank you for subscribing, Loretta. Welcome to the channel. Sorry, I wasn't looking at chat for a minute. I was sewing away here. Okay, so... Are you looking at the wall behind me? For all of you who have been subscribed for a while and who have seen my lives for a while, you will notice that the rainbow string quilt is not up there anymore. I put it away for now. I've got a video about that coming out next week. What's there right now, that's my beginnings of the Wolf Abstractions quilt. Now, I'm doing this as a sew along with my friend Susan. Her channel is Sewing Sensations by Shady Susan. She did a live yesterday. She is putting her pieces of the wolf together. She's way ahead of me. It's all good. It doesn't matter. We didn't have a tight schedule for this or anything. Just, we're doing the same pattern. It's all cool. So, check out her live yesterday because she's doing her wolf in batiks. I think it looks pretty cool. I'm doing the called for Kona. Let me just grab the pattern and I'll show you. You can see up there's, that's mahogany, that's paprika. I got some grays further down. Let me just sew this one on and then I'll grab the pattern. One sec. Okay, let me pressing next. Copy. That's what it's going to look like. Loretta likes how I did the coaster. Thank you. Lynn says one thing I've never made is coasters. I've tried everything else. Mug rugs, placemat, runners, etc. Coasters aren't that hard either. I make mug rugs a lot. They're fun. It's like an instant gratification project. And good for little gifts for people, you know. In my playlist, my quilting sewing playlist, I have my introductory video of that wolf quilt. Hey, I'm doing this with Susan. This is what's going on. And then tomorrow morning, Saturday morning, the 23rd, I have another video about to upload with what I've been doing subsequently. But I had to stop in order to get all this coaster stuff dealt with. And then after this is done, then I'll go carry on. Because at the moment, all I've been doing is cutting out some of the larger pieces just to have them sitting ready to go. And then next I will assemble the smaller pieces and then I can start putting them together. Okay. Some of you may know Kathy, my neighbor down in Washington. Her channel is Kathy's Quilts with a K, KW. Quilts and Crafts with a K. She is doing the Violet Craft Elephant. She goes live a couple times a week, so you can see her elephant there if you want to go have a look at it. And so Terry, she's in chat, I believe. Terry, you said you did 3 elephants, didn't you? Or did I make that up? Okay. All right, let's have a look here. It's a little bit too. Damn it, come on. There, that's a little bit better. Okay. Press. Clips. Come on. There. Okay, that's good. Ugh. Okay. I'll get back to chat in a sec. Hold on. Beautiful. Okay. There's that one. Ugh. Ready to go. I'll check chat in a sec. Hold on. This is the finicky part. I'll show you all the coasters too in a second, what I'm up to. Whoops. A little big thread in there. Come on. Arr. See, this is why it's good to have 2 sides already sewn down, because when you fight with the miter, you're only fighting with one side at a time. Okay. That does not want to go nicely for some reason. there's one. I'll press the other one after. Now, all right. Loretta says, I love Kathy's channel. I follow her on Terry. And Terry, oh yeah, 3. Right. I thought that's what you said, Terry. Thanks, Loretta. It's okay, Terry. She says I'm away from the keyboard, so I don't answer quickly. Don't worry. Katie says that Terry's elephants were awesome. And yes, I totally agree. Katie's Bargello was awesome. Oh, it started bucketing rain now. Charlotte is busy with ornament making. But I forgot how long the hanging ribbon should be. How long should I make them? Yeah, Lynn's right. Not too short. Lynn says not too short. Charlotte, I dislike ornaments with short ribbons. I usually replace them. I personally like a longer ribbon. It also depends on the size of the ornament. You right? You know what I mean? Okay, okay, for example, say this is an ornament. It's big, but it's about 5 inches. I would make the hanging loop on top at least 3 inches. Too short, you won't be able to hold it up, and too long, it's going to look dumb. I don't know. I usually judge by the size of the ornament and go, that looks good. Thanks, ladies. Wilmington did a great job picking fabric for the jelly roll. Yeah, your turn. Actually, everybody's that you showed on Donna's live, they all look fabulous. So, this, I have a bunch of this fabric. It came from Fabricland, but I think it's really pretty. And on the backing is a Robert Kaufman. It's kind of got gold stars. Can you guys see that okay? But one of the other ones I did, just a minute, I changed it up. And I used the gold stars for the coaster. And I'm putting trees on the back. Yes, you can use directional fabric. It's okay. Because the trees all go one way. That's fine. It'll look okay. The other deer one has red. Just straight up red. And then I have a few I gotta sew with green. So I did this sort of red, dark red swirly. Just dots all over the place. And then I put this green on the back. And I have a poinsettia. I quilted it with red. And then I have the ornaments again with swirly green. And then I have holly with swirly green. So I just mixed them all up. And my friend said that her office is donating to 3 gentlemen and 5 ladies. Thank you, Katie. Yeah, Charlotte, sorry, I hope that helps. I was a little vague, but I don't know. It just depends. I'm going to, shortly, I haven't had a chance to figure out when I'm going to do it yet, though. But I have 3 cross-stitch little projects that I'm going to make into ornaments because they're giving them away at Christmas. I have to remember how to do them because it's been a long time. I think I have an idea. I will muddle along and take you all with me. Pretty good. one corner was not absolutely perfect either, but nobody will know. Digging around in there. I'm not thinking on what to see. My husband's puttering around. There we go. There's another one done. And it does not matter that the back has a different color of quilting thread than what you sewed the binding on with. That is totally your choice. Charlotte says it's indeed a long time for me too. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like, if I don't do something consistently, like, wait a minute, how did you do that? One of them, I think I'm going to stuff it. Because I have some of that fiber fill, you know, so that one I'll have to do the, sew it together and then leave an edge and stuff it and then, you know, like turn it back through and yeah. So that one's like that. But I think I want to do the other ones. I'm going to have to do them all the turning through method, I think. But the other ones I want to use just batting because I want them to be flat-ish. That's going to take some figuring out. Charlotte, after you get your ornaments figured out, can you do a picture and put them in the Mom and Pop Quilt Shop Facebook group? Or somewhere? Holy crow, this one, I folded it. Didn't have to fiddle, it's perfect. That doesn't happen very often. She's not stuffing this one, otherwise it's too, yeah, makes it too poofy and bigger. Yeah, I get you. All the ones I'm making, I'm just giving away. They don't have to go anywhere. They're all for local, so. Wow, didn't even have to clip that one. That was perfect. Holy cow. No finagling at all. On the other side, though, different story. It's like when you do binding on a quilt or a table runner, there's always that one corner, right? 3 corners can be immaculate. There's one that's just like, bleh. I can never get them all perfect. And it does not matter if I'm sewing the binding on my machine or by hand. Same result. One of them is always messed up. Get in there. There we go. Okay, cream one's done. Whew. Now, what color do I want to do next? Dark red, I think. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but this red's darker than this red. This is a bit brighter. Oh, it's a gift for, oh, I get you. Okay. Charlotte's, okay. Okay, then don't put it in the Facebook group. Maybe after Christmas. Although, I'm sure once Laura Lynn gets it, she'll show it off. She'll be like, oh, look, look, look what Charlotte sent me, right? We all know what she's like. So I think I'm going to put, I do have different colors of red thread. I've got sort of a, well, it's not really cranberry, but it's definitely better for this darker one. And then I got a bright red for this one. And I've got this one that's plain red with buffalo check on the back, and I think this one would look better with brighter red thread to be sewn down. So that's what I'm going to do. So, that one's mostly pressed. Let's carry on with that one. And, hang on, let's change to this. That's the downside to doing a bunch of these different, is you got to change thread all the time. Who was it that was asking me about foundation paper piecing? Somebody did a comment on my first video about the wolf, if that was my first time, and I forget who it was. I haven't done anything big with FPP. Like that wolf quilt's like 60 by 65. It's going to be big. I did, although I didn't film it, very, very, very early in 2019, I made a bookshelf quilt for my sister-in-law. And the bottom row was all Harry Potter related, Harry Potter books. And I got paper piecing patterns of Hedwig and the Sorting Hat. And they were like 15 inches or something. And I just put them in the bookshelf. Got a bunch of stuff in the way, but let's see here. Hit. That's all FPP. This is on my playlist somewhere, spring 2021, I think. It's about 16 inches. The back is the same. if you go to the Silver Linings Originals website, they've got a large amount, if they're still around, I guess, um, of animals, various FPP. Thank you, Lynn. That one was fun to do. There was about like 5 pieces altogether that I had to sew and then assemble. It was a little on the tricky side, but not terrible. Unlike Hedwig. I think I sewed that thing together 5 times. Deborah Holdman says, I'm just getting brave enough to do FPP. Start small. There's my tip for you. There's, I think it's the Crafty Gemini. Her name's Vanessa, I believe. She's had her YouTube channel for ages and has loads of subscribers and has done bags and clothes for her kids and whatever. But way back when, she did a little FPP, I think it turned out 4 inches. It's like a triangle with 2, like, and then there's 2 sides. I did 4 of those and I put it together to look sort of star-like. And I made it a mug rug for a friend of mine ages ago. It was easy. There's a gazillion easy FPP patterns out there. Actually, Sylvia has a couple. You know, you and me FPP. She's got cool stuff. Some of hers are more elaborate, but some of them are not that bad. Check it out. And if you need help, she's wonderful. You just ask her. Come on. Sometimes my self-threading thing on my machine grabs a little too tight. Come on. Ah. In we go. No, don't make a knot. And then Here we go. Talk to the sewing machine. Make it listen to me. Come on. There we go. Okay. Ugh. There. Okay. Part 1 here. My friend and her work are donating these coasters next weekend on the 30th, so I want to get them all done. Oh, Deborah said she had Sylvia make some minion characters into FPP. Oh, that'd be awesome. She's very clever. Yes, Lynn, she's wonderful at producing patterns. I haven't done any of hers yet, but I want to. Yeah, that red looks good. I think the bright red would not have shown up that good. If you can see, there's like the holly berries are kind of a darkish red. So that's why I use darker red fabric, not bright red. And if you can see the red thread, that's pretty good. It goes kind of weird in the camera though. Deborah Holdman is currently working on finishing a crochet couch throw. It took 20 14-inch blocks, now putting a border on it. Wow. I bet it is spectacular. I am so in awe of people that can do things like crochet and knit, because I'm just not. I can't. It's horrible. Me and wool don't get along, for one thing. I know there's like fake wool and acrylic, whatever it is. No, it's just, I just can't. I just can't. My hands don't work like that. My brain doesn't work like that. I just can't. So kudos to everybody who does. All of you impressed the heck out of me. Okay. That's pretty good. Yeah, that one worked out good. Hot, 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 hot. Ah, ha, 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 ha. Clippy, clippy. Oh, lots of chat going on. What's up here? Deborah Holland. Crocheted a flag throw for hubby to put on the back of the recliner. Waiting for the crochet stars to come in from the Netherlands. Couldn't wrap my brain around the star pattern. Oh. So then you just add them to it, right? Like applique, kind of? That'd be cool. So these coasters are going to seniors in a facility. I'm not sure why they only have 8 people, but that's what my friend told me. Anyway, but that's why I make them all slightly different, so that there's no arguing. No, that's mine. No, that's mine. Anyway, but that's why also the assortment. So some will be good for gentlemen and some will be good for ladies. I think. Whoops, wrong end. Don't sew what you already sewed. Sew the new part. Pay attention, Kelly. Okay, that was pretty good. I hope the mail strike ends soon. So keep an eyeball on that, Charlotte, before you send Laura Lynn's thing off. $85,000 Canadians have their passports sitting somewhere in the postal system. Thank you, Teresa, for the thumbs up. Oh, hi, Joe. Sorry if I didn't see you come in. My bad. Joe says she donated eyeglass cases to my seniors, multiple patterns, and they still want each other's hat like kids. Yeah. That's a good idea, though, for glasses cases. I like that idea. Lynn says she can crochet but can't follow pattern. I can knit simple patterns. Oh, hi, Deb. Deb S., the Pug Mama Quilter. Man, I'm so grateful for you all coming in. I just love it that I can chat to you all. Love it. I have to go. See you tomorrow, and yes, I keep my eyes on it. Yes. Yeah, see you tomorrow, Charlotte. I got to do some cleaning up and tidying tomorrow, but I'll pop into the Laura Lynn's live and chit-chat. Teresa Skrabanek, sorry. I probably butchered your name, but thank you very much for joining in. Just now coming in. Hello from the Texas Gulf Coast, Chile. Balancing bank statement. What are the size of your squares? Okay, hang on. The middle square is 5 inches. As the batting, the big square is 8. You can do different sizes if you want. Just give yourself enough around on the big square that you can fold it over twice to do the binding part. And greetings to everyone from a windy and not raining at the moment Fraser Valley of British Columbia, Canada. I live east of Vancouver a ways. It is slightly over an hour's drive and about 100 kilometers. I think that's 65 miles, but I'm not positive. Maybe 60? I never remember. It's around that somehow, though. A little bit before I came on live, at about 8 o'clock or so, there was no wind and nothing was going on, and the dogs were laying outside. Just chilling, hanging out. I didn't look at the we've got a thing in the kitchen. The sensor's down outside and it tells us what the temperature and stuff is. And I didn't look. I don't know what it is. It's, I don't know, 5 or so. Celsius, obviously. That's what it was the other day. Okay, that one turned out good. That corner is not fabulous, but all the rest of them seem to be okay. Okay, whew, getting through them. All right, bright red. Hi, Mama. What time are we at here? What are we at? 9:30. Maybe I should just call it because we've been at this for a bit. I don't want to bore you guys to death doing the same thing over and over again. So, Joe says it's 35 degrees, rainy, sleet, and 30 plus mile an hour gusts. Great sewing day. Yep. That's my plan. Get these all done. So, yeah, thank you. Tremendously thank you. Everybody. I'm always astounded that people want to talk to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, 2 weeks from now will be the 6th, I think. I don't know if I'll do anything Christmassy or not, though. I don't know. It depends. I might not even be here. It depends if we have... Because my nice cutting table is a good size and a good height, that tends to be the wrap station for a while. And we're going to be acquiring a few Christmas gifts coming up this week, so I might want to get the wrap out and get going, so I might not be able to be in here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So, oh, thank you, Deb. She says, love seeing me. I love chatting with everybody. You guys are all my friends. So, tomorrow morning I will pop into Mum and Pop's live. It's on at 10 for me, so it's a good time. Otherwise, I'm, vacuuming and cleaning the bathroom and all that kind of stuff, the usual chores. So, there we have it. Now you know how to make coasters. If anybody has questions or you're not sure about stuff, just email me. My Gmail is in my About section, my descriptor for the channel. I can help you. They're not too difficult, it's just some fiddling is required. But that's why I make the square on the back reasonably generous, because that does give you a bit more fiddly room for getting the miters done. If you make it too short, it's going to be like, yeah. I know that from experience. I've been tweaking this over the years. I was like, oh, that didn't work out too great. Maybe I should do this instead. So now I've kind of got it down pretty good. Great video and chat. Thank you kindly, Deborah Holman. Oh, Deb S. is doing a live tomorrow. What time, Deb? Doing your first. Go for it. I'll keep an eyeball out. You're in the east, right? Yeah, if it's on too early, sorry, I'll just watch a replay. Me on the West Coast, people do things at 7 a.m. Eastern, like Leanna. No, that's 4 in the morning for me. I'm not watching that. Sorry, Leanna. I'll watch a replay. 3 Central Time. Okay, so that's 1 o'clock for me. That's fine. Perfect. Okay, I will pop in. 1 o'clock, Deb. 1 o'clock, Deb. Okay. All right, thanks, gang. Sorry I went on longer than I had planned. I didn't realize the time. I was just sewing away and we were chatting and it was all good. So apologies to anyone watching the replay how long this got. That was not my intention. I was trying to go for about 45 minutes, but that's okay. So, thanks everybody. Take care. See you all around YouTube.